Have you considered the potential of your breakfast quietly harming your heart each individual day? Many individuals are unaware. It, however, is uncommon for heart failure to initiate with chest discomfort or significant manifestations. It begins with minor routine errors. Furthermore, the largest one might be positioned directly upon your morning repast setting. Regardless of whether you are exceeding the age of 60 or simply seeking to safeguard the initial meal of your day holds significant importance. An important influence on the functioning of your heart functions how your blood vessels, the process, and the way your body manages blood pressure, cholesterol, and inflammation. In the video presented today, we are ranking the 10 least favorable breakfast options errors that result in heart failure, particularly among older adults. Certain errors might appear innocuous, perhaps even beneficial, yet they are quietly exerting your emotional resilience as time progresses. We encourage you to remain with us until the conclusion, as the most prevalent error is the first one that is causing immense emotional turmoil for countless individuals annually with no prior notice. Let us proceed. Initiated. 10. Consuming remnants of fried cuisine or quick service meals cuisine. Consuming remnants of fried cuisine or takeout meals. While having breakfast may appear to be a matter of convenience, it is important to consider the implications. It can be among the most detrimental factors for your core. These foods are frequently prepared in oils that are detrimental to health, which undergo oxidation at what time reheated. Oxidized oils generate various compounds that harm your arteries and elevate inflammation. They are also rich in trans fats and fats that elevate your undesirable cholesterol and enhance your beneficial cholesterol, both significant risks for cardiovascular health setback. Quick service dining options also include remarkably elevated concentrations of sodium that leads to fluid retention and increases blood stress. As time progresses, these effects result into the hardening of arteries, heighten the demands placed on the heart, and the progressive condition of the heart muscle atrophy. Senior individuals are particularly susceptible due to the human body metabolizes fats and sodium to a lesser extent effectively. Commencing your day with these foods elevate the likelihood of adverse outcomes, circulation, chest discomfort, and exhaustion, indicators of a compromised cardiovascular system. Rather than seizing the remnants of fries or a reheated burger, consider opting for freshly prepared meals such as whole grain toast, boiled eggs, or a nutritious smoothie featuring oats and fruits of the genus Rubus, commonly referred to as berries. Steering clear of residual fried foods. The morning is not merely a trivial option. This represents a significant advancement towards safeguarding your heart and averting prospective heart failure. Your heart is a complex organ that plays a crucial role in the circulatory system, pumping blood throughout the body and ensuring the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to various tissues. Its intricate structure and function are essential for maintaining overall health and well-being. Merits pure, wholesome sustenance rather than unpleasantly oily remnants. 9. Consuming fruit beverage. Rather than consuming whole fruit, consuming fruit juice in the morning may appear to be beneficial, yet it conceals risk for your core. Commercially available juices, including those labeled as 100% fruit juice, are abundant, containing natural sugars and devoid of fiber. In the absence of fiber to moderate absorption, these consuming sugars leads to a swift increase in your blood sugar levels. Elevations, heightening the likelihood of insulin opposition and elevated triglycerides. Increased levels of triglycerides are directly associated with obstructed arteries, decreased circulation, and chronic cardiac harm. Even if you exert your own effort juice, it still does not contain the fiber present in entire fruits. As time progresses, this practice has the potential to result in persistent inflammation and adiposity accumulation surrounding your internal organs, particularly the core. A considerable number of seniors perceive juice as a bright and invigorating beginning to the day. However, the reality is that you are overwhelming your system with sugar precisely when your body is highly sensitive. Rather, choose a modest bowl filled with whole fruits such as apples, oranges, or berries. These possess a wealth of antioxidants that protect the heart and dietary fiber that aids in cholesterol management and circulatory health regulation of pressure. Implementing this singular modification can significantly reduce your likelihood of cardiac insufficiency. It is essential to keep in mind the importance of consuming the fruit serves as a form of medicine. Consuming the juice is sweetener. It is essential to safeguard your heart. Additionally, consuming the fruit in its entirety is the most beneficial approach and bypass the glass. 8 entities. Excessive consumption of food at the outset of the day. Commencing your day with a substantial hearty meal can evoke a sense of satisfaction, yet it may quietly impose significant strain on your cardiovascular system. Following an evening of rejuvenation, your digestive system and hearts are merely beginning to awaken. When one experiences an overwhelming influx, your abdomen filled with an excess of nourishment, particularly rich in fats or carbohydrates, objects, it compels your heart to exert itself more challenging to oversee digestion and maintain regulation glucose levels. This unexpected increase in responsibilities elevates your blood pressure and heart rate. Evaluate imposing additional pressure on your cardiovascular system. For those in their final year, particularly those that already have conditions such as hypertension or prediabetes, can lead to feelings of fatigue, difficulty in breathing, or dizziness, indicators that your heart is experiencing difficulties. Consistently consuming excessive amounts during breakfast may also contribute to weight gain and metabolic disparity, significant factors leading to cardiac insufficiency. Achieving equilibrium is essential. A nutritious breakfast ought to be moderate in weight, rich in essential nutrients, and highly beneficial, not excessive and oily. Consider the process of boiling. Eggs accompanied by vegetables, oatmeal with fruit, or yogurt containing seeds. These options promote cardiovascular well-being without exceeding the capacity of your system. It is not merely concerning the quantity and at what point. Practicing mindful eating during the morning hours preserves your cardiovascular health and maintain a consistent level of energy throughout the day. More compact, intelligent meals result in an extended, more robust existence. 7. Selecting white bread or refined carbohydrates. White bread pastries, muffins, and sweetened breakfast cereals might be reassuring morning choices, yet they are composed of processed carbohydrates that possess the ability to subtly undermine your heart over an extended period. These foods are deficient in fiber and essential nutrients indicating that they decompose rapidly into glucose, leading to blood glucose fluctuations and downturns. Consistent surges stimulate your pancreas to enhance production insulin, resulting in insulin resistance, an essential element in type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular illness. These processed carbohydrates also induce inflammation within your bloodstream vessels, compromising their intricate lining and elevating your likelihood of plaque formation development. When ingested consistently, they elevate harmful cholesterol levels and encourage abdominal fat accumulation, excess weight, 2 significant indicators of cardiovascular issues setback. A significant number of older adults have a history of consuming toast or white rice for breakfast. However, the body undergoes transformations as it ages. Particularly, the heart grows increasingly attuned to dietary influences options. Substituting refined carbohydrates with intricate choices such as oats, millet, quinoa, or multi-grain bread may significantly lower your risk. These complex carbohydrates provide a gradual release of energy, enhance digestive processes, and assist in regulation blood pressure. The decisions you make in the morning mold your everyday well-being. Commence with replacing that white toast with an element that supports growth rather than undermines the essence of your being. It represents a modest advancement that has the potential to assist in mitigating cardiovascular issues in the future line. 6. Utilizing margarine or processed butter spreads. Margarine and processed butter spreads were previously promoted as being more beneficial than standard butter, yet numerous varieties exist, composed of trans fats, one of the most hazardous components for cardiovascular health. Trans fats elevate your detrimental cholesterol. LDL can lead to a reduction in your beneficial cholesterol levels. HDL can contribute to inflammation across various systems. Your physical form. They additionally encourage the accumulation of buildup within your blood vessels, which decreases circulation to your heart and elevates the likelihood of experiencing heart attacks and cardiac insufficiency. Evenly distributed labels. Trans fat-free products may still have minimal amounts, quantities if they are produced with partially hydrogenated oils. Individuals in their later years who were raised with margarine could potentially continue to utilize it on a daily basis without becoming aware of the peril. Applying it on toast or utilizing it in cooking each morning accumulates over time, contributing your heart is in a serious condition. Risk. Instead, choose natural options such as avocado olive oil or even a modest quantity of grass-fed butter. These beneficial fats contribute to the maintenance of adequate circulation and minimize inflammation. Keep in mind your heart requires healthy fats, avoiding artificial options. Creating a transitioning away from margarine may appear. It may be small, yet it stands as one of the most formidable measures you can take to safeguard your arteries and enhance your heart's fortitude as you age. Excessive consumption of coffee, devoid of any nourishment. A significant number of seniors begin. They begin their day with a strong cup of black coffee before consuming anything. Yet this practice can be detrimental, the emotional core, as it evolves through the years. Consuming coffee without having eaten first swiftly elevates cortisol, the body's tension hormone. Increased cortisol levels elevate hypertension, interfere with glucose levels, and make your heart race more efficient. Consuming several cups in the absence of sustenance, it exacerbates the situation further. Strain on your cardiovascular system. This may result in palpitations and irregularities, cardiac rhythms, and over an extended period, cardiac fatigue and insufficiency. Older individuals exhibit heightened sensitivity to these factors. Impacts stemming from age-related transformations in the relationship between metabolic processes and blood pressure regulation. Oversight. While a balanced consumption of coffee can be beneficial when combined with food, consuming it in solitude, particularly in the good morning, it can disrupt your system. Equilibrium. One might experience feelings of restlessness or unease or fatigued by mid-morning, which are indications that your body is responding unfavorably. To safeguard your cardiovascular health, it is advisable to abstain from consuming alcohol. Solitary coffee experience. It is essential to always pair it with nutrients such as protein, fiber, or beneficial fats, like a hard-boiled egg accompanied by a slice of whole-grain toast with nut spread, or a serving of Greek yogurt with seeds. These impede the absorption of caffeine and maintain equilibrium within your body. Coffee should not be viewed as an adversary. It is the manner and when you consume it that results in all the distinction. I would like to convey a brief communication regarding individuals aged 60 and above. If you are committed to maintaining a robust cardiovascular system and prioritizing well-being at this stage, we have something exceptional for. One might consider the implications of your presence. The recently developed Senior Health application is now available for live access at no cost whatsoever. This application assists in monitoring your blood pressure, glucose, and everyday cardiovascular indicators. You will additionally receive straightforward nutritional advice presented in a professional manner, guidance along with straightforward practices to safeguard your heart daily. Furthermore, it arrives utilizing valuable resources such as BMI and heart risk assessment tools, all crafted for elders. A significant number of individuals are currently utilizing it. to experience vitality, maintain resilience, and thrive extended. The download link can be located here, precisely in the description provided below. Simply tap and commence today. 4. Consuming instant meals with elevated sodium levels, edibles. A significant number of individuals depend on instant noodles, convenient blends, or instant combinations for breakfast is a convenient choice. However, these foods contain a significant amount of sodium, a significant adversary of your core. Sodium leads to the retention of fluids in the body, fluid that elevates your blood magnitude. This compels your heart to exert itself, more challenging to circulate blood, elevating blood, exerting pressure, and adding additional strain on the essence of your being muscles throughout the years. Elevated sodium consumption may result in arterial thickening and decreased the adaptability of blood vessels, and even cardiac hypertrophy, a condition that establishes the platform for passion. Setback. The concerning aspect is that these not all foods possess a salty flavor. Even seasoned oats, preserved legumes, or nutritious breakfast bars may conceal elevated amounts of sodium. Individuals in their final year are particularly at risk due to their renal function not as effective in eliminating surplus salt. Should you encounter bloating edema in the lower extremities or difficulty in breathing after consuming salty meals, your heart could potentially be experiencing stress. Strive for a maximum of $1,500 units of sodium per day and no more than $400 million per meal. Rather than relying on sodium bombs, consider opting for fresh alternatives. Choices such as plain oats and boiled eggs, fruit, or artisanal smoothies crafted at home. Steering clear of salty instant meals in the morning might take the action that preserves your spirit. 3. Consuming processed meats such as bacon or sausages. Processed meats, including bacon and sausages, ham, and cold cuts, are essential components in numerous conventional morning meals, yet they are highly detrimental to cardiovascular health, particularly if you exceed 60. These meats contain a significant amount of sodium, saturated fat, and chemical substances such as nitrates and nitrites. Sodium contributes to the retention of fluids and blood pressure in conjunction with saturated fat, and nitrates have a direct detrimental effect on your blood structures and promote the accumulation of atherosclerotic buildup within your vascular system. This imposes limitation circulation to your heart, facilitating its pumping action more challenging than it is advisable to. As time progresses, this results in elevated hypertension, cardiac hypertrophy, and ultimately leading to heart failure. A considerable number of seniors take pleasure in a substantial breakfast, with these items oblivious to the quiet destruction occurring internally. Furthermore, what is concerning is that these meats have a flavor delicious and evoke a sense of satisfaction. Thus, they are straightforward to indulge excessively. However, the enduring expense is extremely serious. Should you wish to safeguard your heart, forgo the bacon and sausage and transition to options that promote cardiovascular well-being. Consider incorporating plant-derived proteins such as hard-boiled options, eggs, unsalted nuts, or low-fat yogurt. Your heart flourishes with pure, wholesome nourishment, not on lubricants and substances. Removing meats that have undergone processing from your morning meal may contribute to lowering your likelihood of experiencing a stroke, cardiac arrest, and cardiac insufficiency more. Thank you. Understand. 2. Consuming sugary grains each morning. The general consensus among individuals is that breakfast cereals offer numerous health benefits, particularly when the packaging indicates whole grain or enhanced with nutritional supplements. However, the reality is that the majority of popular cereals often contain high levels of sugar and refined ingredients, carbohydrates along with synthetic flavorings that do greater detriment than excellent. One serving may contain between 20 and 30 grams of sugar. That exceeds the capacity of a standard container carbonated beverage. These sugary substances cause a rapid increase in your blood sugar levels, rapidly elevates, compelling your body to secrete substantial quantities of insulin, exceeding Over time, this results in insulin resistance, an important contributor to obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular illness. The sugars likewise transform into elevated levels of lipids in your circulatory system, rising triglycerides and low-density lipoprotein, which obstruct your blood vessels and diminish your heart. Older adults are particularly vulnerable due to a decrease in metabolic rate, and the heart becomes increasingly susceptible to the processes of inflammation and the accumulation of adipose tissue. It is permissible for you to may not perceive the impact right away. However, years of consuming sugary cereal for breakfast may result in exhaustion, discomfort in the chest, or shortness of breath. Initial indicators of cardiac issues: setback. Opt for steel-cut oats instead. Unadorned muesli or chia pudding, enhanced with sweetness with fruit. These alternatives provide you energy without causing a spike in your sugar levels. Abandon the cereal aisle and provide your heart a genuine enhancement with a naturally occurring sugar-free option morning meal. 1. Omitting morning meal completely. Omitting breakfast might appear innocuous or potentially beneficial if one is endeavoring to achieve weight loss. Yet it remains one of the most perilous practices for your heart. Omitting breakfast can lead to various consequences for your overall well-being. The body enters a state of stress, releasing elevated cortisol levels, the response to stress hormone. This elevates your blood pressure and elevates inflammation in your arteries. It also interferes with your insulin reaction, resulting in elevated blood glucose levels later in the day. Research indicates individuals who forgo breakfast tend to be more prone to consuming excessive amounts of unhealthy foods in the latter part of the day, contributing further pressure on the heart. Students in their final year who do not attend regularly consuming breakfast is associated with significantly higher outcomes, the potential for heart disease, stroke, and even premature demise. Indeed, omitting breakfast is associated with a 33% increased risk of succumbing to cardiovascular complications. In the morning, it is essential to provide your heart with the necessary nourishment to manage circulation, oversee blood glucose, and sustain vitality. Even a minor breakfast, such as a banana paired with almond, butter, or a bowl of oatmeal, can create an immense distinction. Do not allow this singular straightforward habit transforms into a quiet presence exceptional. Commence your day with an engaging activity, gentle, wholesome, and beneficial for the heart. Your heart will express gratitude, and you will experience enhanced strength, endurance, and vitality, ensured safety on a daily basis. And there you have it. 10 prevalent errors made during breakfast that may be causing unrecognized distress to your heart. Some of these may appear minor or innocuous, yet as time progresses, they accumulate and elevate your likelihood of experiencing heart failure, particularly following the age of 60. The heart diligently performs its functions for you every single day. It is now appropriate to reciprocate by making more informed decisions each morning. Begin with straightforward modifications. Consume whole foods. Steer clear of processed junk, and never forego breakfast. These incremental actions can significantly impact your emotional state, the functioning of your heart, and its duration. You maintain your well-being and engaged. Keep in mind the opportunity to begin prioritizing the health of your heart. If you found this video to be quite beneficial, please consider giving it a positive acknowledgement and pass it along to a colleague or a relative who should be informed of this. Additionally, please ensure you take advantage of our complimentary offerings. Advanced Health Application. The connection can be found in please refer to the description box below. Thank you for observing, and we look forward to our next encounter. Video featuring additional heartfelt insights and clever suggestions exclusively for you. Maintain your well-being and resilience, and prioritize the well-being of your heart at all times day.